Kalimera. It is a great pleasure and honor for me as a Ukrainian politician with Greek roots to be here in Athens to address such an audience and speaking together with my Greek, German and French colleagues about future of Europe and the future of global security order. And this is the first comment I would like to make. War in Ukraine is not about territory. War against Ukraine is about who will write rules of a new security order. This is what's at stake. It means two things. First, if this is war not about territory, that any proposed hypothetical solution based on a principle land for peace or peace for land is not something that would bring a real, sustainable and comprehensive peace. This is very important to understand from the very beginning to avoid a disappointment in the future. The second consequences of this, that this is war about who will write rules of a new security order, that this is war not just about Ukraine or Ukraine and Russia or the immediate region or even extended region of the Greater Black Sea, or even if you add East Med here, it's war that would have broader, more comprehensive consequences, which also brings a logic, inbuilt logic, that any sustainable solution for this war would require involvement, not just Ukraine and Russia, as sometimes we hear, but the involvement of a number of big powers, Europe among them, P5 probably, and I believe that should include China also, and also would have this solution would have not just relationships to Ukraine itself and to the end of war itself, but would have an impact on a number of burning issues. Some of them been already addressed, but I would like to address one that so far no one mentioned. It's a future of strategic arms control. It's about future strategic arms control, taking into account of increasing role and appetite of China. Fact that the Ukrainian precedent was read by Iran and North Korea as a license to neglect any talks about security guarantees, based on the fact that back in Budapest in 1994, while Ukraine having third largest nuclear arsenal and joining non-proliferation treaty, received security guarantees that were empty, as we are painfully learning now. So this is our consequences of this point of departure. I believe we have to understand, internalize, and to act accordingly. Not war about territory. And it's not, my German colleague, not just about Russia's aspiration, of Putin's, to be more precise, aspiration to restore a kind of Soviet Union. It's not about this. It's about more global ambition. The ambition to be a winner, to write the rules of the new global security order. Second comment I would like to make is about the line that we are here, and we very much attentive to this line. I welcome it the first time it's appeared. Every single European leader and the US government was very consistent in saying the following line: we will be with Ukraine as long as it takes. Very good. We appreciate this expression of solidarity. Only recently, probably in a matter of 3 months, in addition to we will be with Ukraine as long as it takes, what appeared to defend Ukraine. Good positive. But I believe it was necessary but not sufficient. What is necessary and sufficient? And that's we are so far missing. In terms of what is at stake, in terms of the price that has been paid already and is going to be paid, because we have to pay this price, the important line, the change and correction of this line should be, we will stay with Ukraine as long as it takes to win this war. And that brings us to the definition of victory. What does it mean to win this war? I would like to leave it for next comments also, the answers to this. We have to find this answer together. It's not up to the United States, it's not up to Germany, it's not up to Ukraine or France or any other country to define the victory. It should be a joint effort and a joint responsibility and a joint commitment to stick to this responsibility. I also would like to bring you some flavor of this 20 months of war. When the war has started, no one knew how long it will take. After last summer successful counteroffensive, when Ukraine liberated northern part and southern part, including the city of Kherson in the south, we experienced a kind of euphoria and expectations that the war will end sooner rather than later. It's not the case now. Yulia Tymoshenko was speaking about protracted war and the need to defend and to avoid this. Only one figure for you to feel how it is to be in war in Ukraine, just for the capital city. I'm living in the city of Kyiv while my hometown is Donetsk, which is currently occupied by the Russian occupiers, Russian troops. Only for this year, Kyiv, the capital city, only Kyiv, not the whole Ukraine, was attacked by more than 300 missiles. More than 300 missiles. Most of them are cruise missiles, but a significant amount also, almost 20 missiles, are ballistic missiles, which are very difficult to protect from. So this is the everyday life of the Ukrainian cities, especially Kyiv as a capital city. Could you imagine how it to be in the cities and the villages and the towns closer to the front line? So this is the life we are living through. And I would like again to use this opportunity to end my introductory remarks to thanking all those who are present and supporting Ukraine, to thank Greece and Greek people. I would like to recognize also Minister Dendias, who contributed a lot to making Odessa being protected by UNESCO as a special town. That's so important for the Greek history. Because Philiki Eteria is about Greece, about the independent Greek state. And how you could live with that when the center of Odessa is bombed on a regular basis, barbarically. Innocent civilians are giving their life. Orthodox cathedral was bombed in the center of Odessa. How you could live with this? So therefore, it's so important to see that every country has its part of his memory, part of his solidarity. And I believe unless we find the resolution, commitment and courage to consider this war, not theirs war, but our war, we have to win, then unfortunately next year the situation will be more gloomy. But I'm optimist and would like again to call for this solidarity in action. Thank you very much.